Hello and welcome to the Quiver channel. I'm Jason, your host. Didn't think I'd do another one this morning. I just did quite a long one, and this was just came up in my head. Of course, if it comes in my head, it's got to go out. And that is, where does my disability money go? What does it go on? Remember, personal independence payment is an actual payment to help a disabled person absorb the costs to function, to do all the things the person that isn't disabled, to basically just raise the thingy. Some of it goes on, let's list it, electricity, the extra electricity costs, having to keep a mobility scooter on charge all the time. It goes on extra food because different kinds of disabilities cause issues for food. Like, for example, someone who's autistic and ADHD, we only eat certain things, and this isn't something that you can fix. Literally, a person with autism and that, if they can't get hold of the food that is safe food for them, for their brain, for them to thingy, it isn't, oh yeah, once you're hungry, you'll eat something else. No. Autistic and people in that, if you take away the food and try to get them to just eat normal stuff, they will actually starve to death because their brains just cannot cope. Something happens with food, some kind of weird sensory effect. I will eat the same thing for 6 months, and my brain will see it as being safe. And then the next day I try to put a mouth of that into a spoon of whatever he is into my mouth or that. My entire body and mouth and everything will rebel against it. And he'll be like, oh God, what's this? What? All of a sudden it's gone from safe to icky. It happens to a lot of disabled. We always keep little lists of food that we can have. And I've also got the problems with GERD and now diabetes, so more of my disability money is going to go on foods that I can eat, low glycemic foods, and I've got to balance the low glycemic food with foods that I can create. I've already created one of the things why I've been out of sort these last couple of weeks is food, because my go-to lunch, which I've been having for probably about 5 months, I have like a month and a half worth of each part of that meal, the same soup, the same bag of fucking sausages, the same potatoes, the same everything about the meal had to be exactly the same usually. And it was about 50 grams of pasta, some green beans, some garden peas, frozen garden peas, specific brand of fucking chicken soup as the stock, a couple of sausages, a little bit of paprika, and that would be in my Instapot and cook it for 11 minutes using the pressure cooker setting, and that was my lunch, and I can't have that anymore. I've had to alter the recipe. I've had to get rid of the soup because it has too high sugar content. I've had to get rid of the potatoes because they're too high in carbs. I've had to get rid of the sausages and this has crippled me. Yeah, food can cripple me. Thankfully, with the help of friends, and that I have been able to put together a new set of food that looks as if it's okay and my body can handle. But I am absolutely terrified now because I've got even a smaller amount of food that I can find things that my brain say, oh, that's okay, you can eat that. So it isn't just the physical problems of GERD and the physical problems of brought about by my bowel cancer, and the physical problems of now diabetes. We've added in that breaks it down to like this amount of food I can eat. And within that little space, I've got to find things that my brain will agree with and that my brain it doesn't start itching and go weird if I try to eat things. So lots of personal independence payment goes on that kind of expense. And then there's the actual disabilities. So now everybody's disability is different and affects them different. Some people need ramps, some people need canes, some people need specialist equipment to be able to see, some people need updates and power chairs and all these things. Some people need noise cancelling headphones to stop the world overwhelming them. So yeah, on the one hand I've got all my small things like noise cancelling headphones and that I wear when I'm outside or when things are overwhelming me. And in the house, the rest of the money goes on technology. Lots and lots of technology, because technology is my affinity, technology allows me to cope, technology is my therapy, technology is my treatment. So the more technology I've got, but it's got to be technology that I believe in, technology that I trust. If there's a make that breaks down too often or it becomes unstable, my brain will go, can't touch that anymore, can't have any in the house, because then the fixation is it's going to fail. Certain technology doesn't work. Like when smartwatches became a thing, I thought, oh, holy fucking awesome, I'll be able to wear a smartwatch. I will be able to actually wear a smartwatch. I was so looking forward to it. The last time I wore a watch was when I was a child, and it was one of those old Casio ones with a calculator built in, great big massive things. And that was like it was actually the closest thing to a childhood imaginary friend. I talked to it and everything. This little thingy on my wrist, it became a companion to me, as weird as it sounds, and it is weird. But yeah, but ever since that, no normal watch, because they're not technology, they're just mechanical. And if I put a normal watch on my arm, I was fixated on it all the time. The feedback from it wouldn't turn off. Same with the thing that I couldn't wear a ring. I could never wear my wedding ring or any kind of bracelet or anything like that, because my brain would fixate on them in a bad way and I would disconnect from reality. Yay. So, but, oh, I noticed how that was interesting. I like this camera on the MacBook Air. See, this is technology, this is fun, this helps. So if you're wondering, how did I get a MacBook Air? It's a contract device. My contract was ending with one of the companies that I'm with, and I had an option of changing over to this another. That happened early in the year, and I didn't take it out or use it. I paid it off because some of them I pay off really early. they're not a phone contract, they're a contract device that I can actually pay off. And the thing is, I thought it was an iPad for ages. I thought it was an iPad. I just thought, oh, this can go in my apocalypse chest. So as soon as it came, left it in its sleeve outside the thingy, just put it in there and thought, if I ever need to sell something in the future, I've got this. Or if the world ends and I need a fucking laptop that can, or an iPad that can thingy, then I don't like Apple. I've never liked Apple. Apple was a big changeover to try Apple. It was. But I can't get away from the fact that it's fucking good tech. And so, a lot of the stuff you see me of is either contract stuff, second-hand stuff, broken stuff that I fix from eBay, from places like that. I don't do Marketplace. I don't do Facebook Marketplace, except for one item, because I don't like having to interact with people. So my money is usually saved up and goes on tech. Because the thing about using tech as a safe space, as a thing, is it's very fluid. And I'm always having to evolve my coping strategies. If you gave me £100,000, I would spend 99,000 of it on technology, and that money would disappear within days. Alexa, stop.
Right now in Stoke-on-Trent.
Alexa, stop. Alexa's always listening. Yes, I agree with you, Zaki. Zaki's lying on the... Come here. Little baby dog. Yes, baby. What do you want? You want... What were you thinking? The dog wants attention. You can hear the dog. So I'm going to have to go now. But yeah, everybody's different when it comes to disabilities and what PIP does for them and what their disability money helps them to do. I mean, the whole point is, this is very different than someone just having technology because it's a hobby. This is all a lifeline. This keeps me going. This keeps me functioning in this world. And that's the thing, trying to make that happen. So I will say bye-bye for now.